Creative space is made for artists to help them overcome the obstacles that are in making art. We all know how crazy the world is, right? What you have to do is create a space for yourself and your creativity to use the gifts that God gave you. And we all know that those artistic gifts are inspired by something that's way above what we are. And I can say that with certainty. I have had a guest planned for today that could not visit us, but I'm going to tell you all about her. Her wonderful art is on Facebook. It's on LinkedIn. She, too, is a local artist here in the Coral Springs area. Her name is Ana Gonzalez, and she runs the Anna's Paint Cave. I met her several years ago. She told me that her number one challenge was that people told her that what was in her head was wrong and her vision was not right. As an artist, we all have a particular thing that we see, and the trick is to get other people to see it too. That is one of my missions in life, is to create a space where everybody can be the artist that they were meant to be. Because if you do what God meant you to do, you will set this world on fire. I am also in the midst of creating a several-step process in which you can become more creative and have a more creative life. And step number one is make time. The muse in your head, God in your head, that inspiration that you have is not going to show up unless it knows where to go. So, take 15 minutes out of your day. Doesn't matter when, doesn't matter where, morning, noon, night, and sit and pray and wait. Even if all you do is write a grocery list, you will get something, and you will get better at it the more you do it. Ernest Hemingway used to sit 5:30 in the morning every day, same place, in his study. And like I said, even if it was a grocery list, he would write it or draw it, and it would become something greater. And we all can become something greater if we pay attention to that still small voice in our mind that God reaches us with. If you are an artist in range of my voice right now, call in and let us know how you overcome those changes and those obstacles in your creative life. And there are all kinds of them. But you know what? Most of them are in your head. I can guarantee that there is an artist in the range of my voice right now that is asking yourself, am I ready for this? Can I do this? Am I an artist at all? Yes, you are. If you have any kind of image in your head and it goes on paper, you're an artist. Have you ever signed your name to anything? That's a representation of you. You're an artist. Have you ever taken a picture and said to yourself, wow, that's an exact moment that I loved and I was loved? That is the work of an artist. I am so glad to be here, and I'm grateful to my friendly neighborhood engineers back there and my friends at Omega Radio who have given me this opportunity to speak to you. Eventually, what I would love to do is create an actual physical space for anyone who wants to collaborate, connect, and be with other artists to create bigger projects. I am actually building content for this show right now. And as we speak, if you would like to join me, please do. My galleries page is on Facebook at facebook.com CMS Creations Art. And my email can be reached through there. You can direct message me. You can find me on any of the social media right now. And I am waiting to hear from you. Let me tell you a little story. I was a little girl who was always told that I should be seen and not heard. There was a lot of artists in our neighborhood, and one took me under their wing. She was a concert pianist. She was 90 years old. God love her. Lived down the road from our house. And she said once, you are a natural artist, musician, whatever you want to be, you can go do it. You do it. And she gave me lessons in the piano. And God love her, she's no longer with us. But she was a terrific lady, and it only takes one person to put you on the track that you really need to go on, that God put you on. So pay attention to those messages. This is one of them. Like I said, I'm a local resident. I offer guided painting activities. My studio can fit anywhere from 6 to 10 people, depending on where you want to be located and what sort of projects that you would like to do. I love to get in touch with my inner artist. And the one way I do that is through a prayer journal. You can make your own, and I will show you exactly how to do it. You can take yourself some time first. Sit down for just a minute. Listen to that still small voice. Let's do that for 2 seconds.
Hallelujah.
That's the truth, isn't it? That still small voice, it's there.
Yes, Lord.
It's saying, hey, pay attention. See what I see. See the good in you. See the good that you can create in this world. And everybody needs that one little push. Because what do they tell you? They tell you, oh, you can't make money at it. You can't do what you want to do because nobody will like it. You think you're not good enough, but you are. God knows you're good enough. And if you listen to him, he puts you on the path that you need to be on. My passion is interfaith. My wish is that everyone on this earth knows how much God loves them and is happy in the perfection that they are, because we are well and beautifully made by a loving God that loves all of us regardless of what our position is, what our country is, what our sex is, whatever we are right in front of him right now and well and beautifully made. And we should use the gifts that he gave us. My friend Anna, the one I was telling you about, is in what I call transition right now. She is a wonderful, good lady who also gave me a leg up. and a little bit of information for the show. She tells me that she used to draw animals. You remember the Wild Kingdom, inspired by all those old TV shows, Wonderful World of Disney, that kind of thing. And she said to me, she said, my parents looked at me and went, "Oh my gosh, you're drawing these animals? What are you doing?" Because, of course, Wild Kingdom's lions, tigers, and bears, oh my. And she said, she said, those lions, tigers, and bears are still in my head. She's inspired by nature and the wonders in the world around us. And if we look at those wonders in the world around us, we'll see three things. We'll see that we can record them, we can love them, and we can take good care of them. And the artist does all three things. We do social commentary, we do visionary, imaginary things, we create beauty in our world. And God put us artists here for a reason. That is my number one belief. And I am thankful that my friends at Omega Radio are letting me take a little time and share this with you. You can find Anna's Paint Cave on LinkedIn.com. It's a local business networking site here on Omega Radio. You will also find our show on, we're live streaming right now, from what I understand, and I am so happy to reach you on Instagram, Twitter, and on all the other social media programs. You can watch live on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, which is a new one to me, online on omegachurchradio.com, and you can download the app Omega Radio and catch this show at any time and on Wednesdays at 10:30 every Wednesday. I am so glad to be in the presence of these loving people who have given the world a chance to meet some really terrific artists. If you want to call into Omega Radio, it's 954-900-4310 or 877-494-0253. Again, that's 954-900-4310 or 877-954-0253. All right, local artists. All right, if you're hearing me in Jamaica, and I know you are, call me here. Let me know what your challenges are and how you overcame them with the help of a good and gracious God. What I have always thought is that you can do anything with the presence of a good and gracious God. And I have lived by that for a very long time. If you know this, and I know you do, you can help me prove it by visiting my show and letting us know what kind of obstacles you've overcome. I know my friend Anna, who got called to work today, sometimes artists have to get a second job, is listening, and I want to thank her very much for her wonderful story she told me. She is a terrific illustrator and artist, and her animals are interesting. She said with her cheetah, an endangered species, by the way, she said, something I gotta say. There's always something you gotta say, isn't there? Use your talents, use your heart, use your mind, use your strength, use your spirit to say it. If something's right, say it, because you never may get another chance. If something's wrong, go ahead and say that too, because you never will get another chance. There are so many things in this world that we can fix if we work together. And I honestly do believe that. As I've said before, my number one goal when it comes to creative space is an actual physical space that artists, musicians can use to create larger projects that will benefit our entire community. I would love for someone to join me in that effort here this morning. If you want to call in, Omega Radio is 954-900-4310 or 877-494-0253. You can also find a lot of terrific artists at our local Coral Springs Museum. There's all kinds of family programs. There is a absolutely terrific Center for the Arts there as well. We visited any number of times. And there are all kinds of free or very low-priced events where you can find your artist and stay with them. I have been a museum goer for a lot of years, and those are the kinds of things that inspire you. If you feel like you see something and you want to draw it or write it down, you're an artist or a writer. Go out and do it. I have been recently made a moderator of a really neat Facebook page called the Art Challenge. And what it does is it takes your work for submission and helps you with support and critique and techniques. And they go along or according to theme. So, my theme for today is confidence. What do you do to get confidence? You keep working at that 15 minutes a day. I guarantee you, you will get better at what you do. Picasso once said that creativity takes courage. Sometimes it takes courage when you see something that is so beautiful that you want to capture it. Either drawing it, writing it. Courage is contagious. You can give it to other people. Bishop gave it to me. And so does this whole room. I have so many people who have helped me in my journey to get here as an artist, and I am grateful to every single last one of them. My family is in California. Distance creates a lot of issues for people. That's why I want to bring everybody closer, because closer is better. Closer means you see a human being. Closer means that you get an idea of what their life is really like. Put yourself in the other guy's shoes. See what they need, what you want, and they'll go together. Eventually find that common ground. I also have scheduled a lot of what we call plein air classes. Plein air means outside, and it's about time we all started getting outside, being that it's almost summer. You can find all of these classes and workshops on my Facebook page, my gallery page, or in the Omega Radio Facebook pages, or in any networking site on the web. I'm loving it here. I hope you are too. Call in, let us know what you're thinking. We'd love to hear from you. 954-900-4310 or 877-494-0253. Thank you so much, everybody. Welcome to the Creative Space.
I am beautiful.
Tune in and listen. Creative Space on Omega Radio every Wednesday at 10:30 with your host, Catherine Shapiro.
I want to thank you for tuning in with Catherine Shapiro here with Creative Space right here on Omega Radio. You can catch Creative Space here every Wednesday from 10:30 till 11 a.m. We want to thank Catherine Shapiro with Creative Space for being a proud sponsor of Omega Radio. Keep it locked in and don't touch the dial.
You see, if I want thing, we go to it. You see, once the fire starts,
you can't stop it. The Holy Ghost is moving and you can't stop it.
Stop what?
You can't stop it, no, you can't stop it. Chains have been broken and you can't stop it.
Gotta move.
You can't stop it. You can't stop it. It's like fire in my bones and you can't stop it.
Feel the fire.
You can't stop it. You can't stop it. Oh, the gospel is preaching and you can't stop it.
You know what happens when the fire starts. Alright, spirit I gotta move, church I burn down. Then I wake up, some I run round. This a real thing, this a no fun round. More we praise and the more fire come down. The unbelievers, them confound. Some never believe but them a come round. Lift the sun up, don't put the sun down. We praise loud, how we not turn
You
down.
can't stop it. The Holy Ghost is moving and you can't stop it. You can't stop it. No, you can't stop it. It's like fire in my bones and you can't stop it. You can't stop it. No, you can't stop it. It's like the day of Pentecost and you can't stop it. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. I see the blind eyes being opened, so you can't stop it. You can't stop it. No.
One for the truth, them can't shut we up, not even with them mouth. Cut we up, or use them gun butt we up. When God overfull, so we cup we up. Why use cold water, wet we up, and tell lie. We try set we up, like Paul, them want shut we up. No matter how we put down, God get we up. You can't stop, what gotta do? When we preach too loud, it bother you. You should be sharing the gospel with your brother too. With your sister, with your mother, if you other too. Don't allow deception to swallow you. Make the devil think you're naive and shallow to spiritual light. Now no way at all of you should have seen God make the whole world follow you. God guess what?
Can't stop it. The gospel is preaching and you can't stop it.
Never,
You can't
never.
stop it.
I want you to stay tuned for Creative Spaces here every Wednesday from 10:30 till 11 a.m. with Catherine Shapiro right here on Omega Radio. I am beautiful.
Tune in and listen. Creative Space on Omega Radio every Wednesday at 10:30 with your host, Catherine Shapiro.
Stronger, masculine, whatever. So use that bitch. It's known that if you ask a lot of questions, they'll be more attracted to you. Your hands are a superpower, and I know you like to
Every day is so wonderful, and suddenly it's hard to breathe. Now and then I get insecure from all the pain. I'm so ashamed.